We, as this new generation of leaders, must realize that it must now go beyond words. We must get into action and quickly. We don't have the time, the luxury of time we don't have. We need to hold each other by the hand.
Unity in diversity. You cannot do anything if you are not united. And that's why at the country level, at the sub-regional level, at the continental level, we need to be united. So our theme is more local, that we talk about unity in diversity, natural resources benefication. We have to add the value to our natural resources, whether in the land or in the sea. Like now we have the oil and gas which are discovered. We have really two. And then you say youth empowerment. Our focus is to empower our young people. And when we talk about empowering the young people, not just to create jobs for them, but to make them, they should be the job creators. So we must just create an environment for them to be more innovative and then to be in charge of their own natural resources. These natural resources are ours. I don't know why some people want to make a debate. They belong to Namibians. But we know we might not have a money to invest. But if you don't have the money, it does not mean this thing does not belong to you. You have to take advantage of you having that critical resources and see how you can balance with the one who's bringing in the money. So he cannot do anything if my resource is not there. So this is what should be the attitude in the whole continent if we have to make progress. So natural resources benefication for youth empowerment and sustainable development. Unless really we make use of our resources, we will not bring about prosperity, which will mean sustainable development. So that is really where I'm seeing Africa. Currently, resources are being discovered. I don't even want to believe they are discovered. They knew. They are just now saying it's here because they wanted them. And we should really be strong enough, not just allow them to come and take.
And united.
We must be united. And our young people, they must really be alert. I know that our young people, they are hungry, they are frustrated, they are desperate, they are starting to lose trust in their governments, and that can be very dangerous for them just to be taken out, to be carried away, and by the time they realize they are in forever. So that is really, and that's why I believe on intergenerational. And that's why I believe on engagement between generations so that we can live in harmony and make sure that we sustain our future. So I'm seeing Africa, if we are not united, if we are not doing the same things, what we are saying, we will end up to be back under colonial occupation in a different way. And we have to be careful also with the communication technology, the social media. It can easily
false information,
yes,
manipulation,
mental manipulation can be there. It's really, it's so sad. I said I'm not anti technology, but I'm afraid if we did not handle it properly, it can be used to manipulation and then mental colonization, which will then make us to suffer more and forever, because the you can't pinpoint that
Yeah.
these are occupying my territory.
Exactly.
Like how it was easy for us
Yeah.
to identify our colonizer. And then the whole world has to come to our support.
For centuries, Africa has been the richest continent in resources, yet among the poorest in ownership. Gold, diamonds, uranium, cobalt, oil, and rare earth minerals, all ripped from African soil and funneled into foreign markets, feeding empires built on the backs of its people. But now a storm is brewing. Something historic has just happened. President Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso, the youngest and fiercest revolutionary on the continent, has been joined by two unlikely allies, President Boko of Botswana and Namibia's rising leader. Together, they are setting in motion a plan to seize back control of Africa's mineral wealth, a plan not just for their own nations, but for the entire continent. Is this the beginning of the end of neo-colonialism? Is this the spark that will ignite the Pan-African revolution our ancestors died for? Africa holds over 30% of the world's mineral reserves, but more than 80% of those resources are exported raw, processed elsewhere, and resold to Africans at inflated prices. This isn't just bad economics, it's modern colonialism with a new face. From the Congo's cobalt to South Africa's gold, from Namibia's uranium to Botswana's diamonds, foreign corporations dig, extract, and ship, while local populations remain in poverty. Kwame Nkrumah warned us in the 1960s, "The political independence of African countries is meaningless unless it is accompanied by economic independence." But economic independence never came. Instead, African nations were pressured into unfair trade agreements, exploitative loans, and foreign dependency. Ibrahim Traoré came to power in Burkina Faso in 2022, carrying the spirit of Thomas Sankara, the revolutionary hero who once renamed the country from Upper Volta to Burkina Faso, land of upright people. At just 34 years old, Traoré speaks of sovereignty like a general in battle. He kicked out French troops. He ended colonial-era mining contracts, and he told the world, "We will no longer beg. We will build our destiny with our own hands." To many, Traoré is controversial, but to the youth of Africa, he is a symbol of courage, of defiance, of rebirth. His government began investing in local military industries, nationalized certain resources, and started forming alliances with like-minded African nations. And that's when something unexpected happened. Botswana has long been viewed as a model of democratic stability, but rarely of revolution. Yet President Boko, a lawyer and former opposition leader turned head of state, made waves with a bold announcement: "Our diamonds belong to us. If we cannot process them here, we have already lost the battle." Namibia, equally rich in uranium and rare earth elements, joined the conversation. Its new leader, young, unshaken, and quietly radical, made contact with Traoré behind closed doors. The result? A Pan-African Mineral Alliance, committed to 4 principles: nationalization of key mineral industries, ban on raw exports without value addition, Pan-African trade bloc for strategic resources, Continental Defense Pact to protect sovereignty. This wasn't just about economics, it was about survival. Imagine it. No more raw diamonds shipped to Belgium, no more Congolese cobalt refining in China, no more African countries undercutting each other for Western approval. Instead, a unified mineral strategy where value is added in Africa by Africans, where African engineers, scientists, and tech startups are funded by African governments, not IMF crumbs. This new alliance proposes the building of regional refineries, African-owned trade routes, and inter-country mining corporations, funded by pooled Pan-African investment banks. And the military? That too is changing. Traoré proposed the creation of a Pan-African Mineral Defense Corps, an elite force tasked with protecting resource zones from sabotage, mercenaries, and foreign interference. The world took notice and reacted fast. Western news media called the alliance dangerous and anti-democratic. Sanctions were whispered. Foreign aid was frozen. Lobbyists moved in to pressure local parliaments. But something had changed. Africans were no longer afraid. President Boko responded in a fiery speech. "They call us radicals, but who is more radical? The one who steals or the one who takes back what's his? Namibia's leader took to Pan-African television saying, "We are not closing Africa to the world. We are opening Africa to Africans." And while pressure mounted, something else happened. The African people rallied behind them. Hashtags like "Not Reclaim Africa," "Dust Pan-African Power," and "Our Minerals" flooded social media. The diaspora spoke out. Celebrities, scholars, and students raised their voices. If this bloc succeeds, Africa will change forever. No more economic dependence, no more silent suffering, no more watching our future leave in shipping containers. Instead, we will see technological self-reliance, wealth reinvested in education, health, and infrastructure, a renaissance in African pride, innovation, and leadership. This revolution may start with minerals, but it ends with freedom. Lumumba once said, "The day will come when history will speak. Africa will write its own history, and it will be a history of glory and dignity." That day is now. This is not a fantasy. This is a warning and a prophecy. When leaders rise, when nations unite, when minerals are no longer stolen, Africa becomes unstoppable. The alliance of Traore, Boko, and Namibia's revolutionary leadership is a blueprint. Whether real or imagined, it's a vision we must strive for. Pan-Africanism is not an idea, it's a weapon, and the future belongs to those who dare to fight for it. Like, share, and subscribe to the power of Pan-Africanism, because the revolution will not be televised, but it will be uploaded.